sorry about that, guys. Give me 1 second. So sorry guys, but my whole computer just crashed on us in the middle of all of that. Incredible Hulk, thank you so much for the 300 bits. I really appreciate that. I'm so sorry that everything's gone haywire as soon as you guys raided us. That is so tragic, but really glad that you guys did raid us. Let me try again and see if I can share some of the work you guys have done today. So everybody can actually see what you've done. That would be awesome, you know? I'll load up both of you guys' Twitch pages and then hopefully everybody can see what you've been doing. Yeah, we've been really dealing with a lot of technical issues with the streams, sadly. Real life causes trouble sometimes, all good, yeah. Luckily, my computer starts up pretty quickly, so worst case scenario, it can get up pretty quick afterwards, but yeah, it seems like my internet connection's actually really struggling as well, so wondering whether it might be more of that than anything else. How sad, you just tuned in. Okay. Well, don't worry, Sogo, we've been actually having a pretty decent stream. Not too many issues until just now, so I'm hoping it'll stay okay, you know. Just loading up. So I've got Incredible Hulk's stream, and he was working on Procreate from the looks of it, so I will go ahead and see if I can screen share that with you guys. That will be awesome. Hopefully it doesn't crash this time, right? Don't want another crash. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be switching on. There we go, finally. Okay, let me see if I can turn on the browser for us and show you guys Incredible Hulk's work. Everything bad happens at the last moment we need it the most. Rule of thumb of the universe. Isn't that true? Exactly. Well, this is what Incredible Hulk was working on, guys. If you can give him a follow, this is his username. And Dark Guy's done some shout outs for them. If you don't mind, feel free to do another shout out for them, Dark Guy. That would be greatly appreciated. Ever since things have gone haywire, maybe we've had a couple of new people dropping by, so and yeah, saving up for a new computer, so if you guys want to help out with that, that would be lovely. As a streamer, there's so many expenses, it's crazy. But yeah, looks like he was working on a dog, and at this point, it looks like he's tracing it, and then later, he's going to do his own coloring on it, which is pretty cool. That is pretty damn cool. That is some awesome work. Look, there's even a dog in the background. I love it. I love it. Man. His adorable little face. That is so cute. That is so cute. Very adorable. Do you love drawing dogs in general, Incredible Hulk? Let's see if Cassidy's stream will load for us and I can show you some of Cassidy's work. It's So as I was saying, last week I didn't stream and I was spending a lot of my week on Cassidy's art stream. So hopefully I can show you guys. So I watched the stream where she was working on her planning and this sort of paper project, and it's like a collage project as well. It's got lots of different layers, but today it seems like she was working on something a little bit different. After we get past the ad, we can finally see what she was doing. I'll go to the middle so we get a decent idea. So it seems to be like she was doing more paper projects. You gotta be patient with those, because they kind of come together all at the end. They're pretty cool to watch, but my favourite is her painting ones. I love her painting ones. They're just the best. This is awesome. So beautiful. And I just love her little antiques in the background as well. They are so beautiful. Truly beautiful. Well, thank you guys. Thank you both so much for rating and, you know, being a part of everything. Really appreciated that. Really appreciated the raid today. He paints his dog a lot. You think you saw him drawing his dog as Cerberus earlier. Oh, okay, right. So that's his own dog. That is pretty cool. Okay, let me close this up because I don't want to be lagging the stream anymore. And we may already have been. Incredible Hulk, your work is truly incredible and very adorable as well. I'm gonna have to check out your work probably after the stream and give you a follow myself because you are a truly amazing artist. Thank you so much again for the raid and the bits, and same to you, Cassidy. I always enjoy spending time in your streams, especially last week. Last week was so much fun. He says thank you. Wait, who does? So yeah, for those of you who are new, this is my storybook project about Humpty Dumpty. We've done a lot of work on it. This is one of the, I think this is the third spread we've done. So yeah, a lot of work's gone into it. I'm gonna either scan it and print it on the watercolor paper, or I'll color it in Procreate. We'll see how we go. We'll see how it turns out in the end. I'm a doll. Hunk is having tech issues too. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is awful. Yeah, I think in the past month I've had 3 crashes on my streams. Other than that, my computer never crashes. So it has to be something to do with the streams, and I really need to get my boyfriend or my brother to look into it because both of them are very tech savvy. I mean, I'm not the worst when it comes to resolving tech issues, but I'm not anywhere near as tech savvy as they are, and you know, really helps when some people have a lot more experience than you. So really helps. What kind of tech issues have you been having, Hunk? Have I said Hulk to you the whole time? I feel like as soon as you came in, I've called you Hulk, and now I'm realizing it's Incredible Hunk. So I need to give Humpty a shadow, similar to how we did on this one, and then he's going to protrude from the page a lot better. So hopefully I can do that. So if you guys aren't aware, Cassidy is another fellow art collector and antique collector, and she loves just gathering strange little oddities all over. So if you ever go to her stream, you have to ask her to show you some of her antiques. Like, it's just a must see. It's part of the biggest reason I go to her streams, other than the fact that her artwork is amazing, and she's a hilarious person to watch. We had some pretty funny moments last week and a lot of laughter, so it was really good. It was really, really fun, and yeah. You thought I was about to say, give Humpty a shout out, and you were almost ready to give him a shout out. I said Shadow instead. Well, if you want to give Humpty a shout out, Dark Guy, feel free. Go ahead. I don't know what that stream would be, but I'm sure the username would be taken. So I guess it could end up anywhere. Who knows what that account streams? Who knows? My guess would probably be a funny, either a funny just chatting account or an account that plays platformers of Humpty Dumpty. Shout out Humpty Dumpty 29. What were they? They were last seen streaming nothing, apparently. Okay. Well, very happy to give Humpty a shout out. Very, very happy. It's crazy to me the difference that these shadows make though. Like, as soon as I add the shadow, it's like Humpty just becomes so much more 3D. It's so good. Thank you for the follow, Soul of Steam, and you too, Kefcon. I missed that. Thank you so much, guys. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Humpty Dumpty shells. How are we gonna? All the King's Men redeemed Humpty Dumpty shells. Well, they're not part of the stream redeem. I guess it's part of Humpty's stream redeem. That would make sense. It's pretty crazy the amount of progress we made today, because yeah, I'm not sure, because now obviously the stream time has reset, so who knows how long we've been going on these crazy breaks. I am pretty over it. You're going to have to log off for tonight. You're so glad you were able to raid me. Have a lovely stream. Oh, Cassidy, I'm so glad you were able to come, and I'm always honored to be a part of your streams as well. I'm really glad I found you. Glad to join the tea party. You love my art. Oh, solo stream, thank you so much. Glad to have you here. Were you part of the Cassidy raid or the Incredible Hunk raid? Hope you have a good rest, Cass. And if this was your last stream that, we would be able to find, I will look forward to next week. Because I know you're going to be away from your home for a while, because you're going to do those commissions, so whenever you next stream, I'm sure I'll be able to be there. That would be awesome. My shadow is still not as dark as the other side, so I have to make sure it goes a little bit darker than that. So I just need to keep going with my layers and eventually we'll get there. Heading to bed, just wanted to say hello and spread good vibes. Well, I hope you have a wonderful sleep, a solar stream. Thank you so much for, you know, following and stopping by. We'll be happy to see you again. Poor Humpty. He will be alright. Don't worry about him. He's gonna be just fine in the end. He's gonna be much better off, actually. You'll see. Probably be helpful if I used just a different kind of pencil for this, actually. Yeah, these, I hate these pencils. Those have like a freaking waxy layer in them, and for some reason it just makes this strange friction with the paper as soon as you press it against the paper. I have no idea why. So I actually got charcoal only ones, but at the moment I've only got the 4B one and I can't grade that dark on this because then I have to change the contrast across the whole thing, so just gotta stick with it at this point. But yeah, I much prefer the ones that don't have those strange waxy things on them. I don't know. They don't work very well, so. We've got a redeem to hug a plushie. Let me go and find, you guys are gonna like this one. I'm gonna find one of my favorite plushies. I'll be right back. This here is one of my very favorite plushies. It's by Honey Lambs, and she's just adorable. I mean, look at her. She's a spider bunny, and she's one of very few ever made. She's so soft, like super soft, and I love her to bits. So you can see the Honey Lambs logo on her. She's so cute. Yeah, the eyes are adorable. And she's got, I don't know if you guys can hear it, a little bell, like a little bell that rings. It's inside of her, it's like a little rattle. But yeah, it is so cute. Tiny little whiskers and the cutest face. So yeah, if you guys want to check out honeylambs.org, that is where I found her, and it's the guy that makes the most incredible custom plush toys. You gotta be really fast though, because on his, you know, he makes one-of-a-kind ones, and those are like, those go so quickly that if you're not on that website and placing the order in like 5 seconds, you don't get the purchase. So, but these, there were more than one made of these, so a couple more. They weren't as limited, but yeah, I am truly obsessed with her. Glad you guys like her too. Glad you guys like her too. Those eyes are so adorable. I know. Hello, Our Government. I didn't know you were here. So happy to see you. Yeah, I am a sucker for cute plushies. You guys probably realize that since there's a plushie hug redeem. But yeah, I collect all kinds of strange plush toys. Unique ones, memorable ones, like I have Abby's farting hippo from NCIS, and while the little hippo fart doesn't sound super realistic, I kind of like it now. Like I was thinking I was gonna just switch it out with my own recording of like a more realistic one from the movie, but now I like the sound of it now and I don't want to change it, so I think I'm just gonna keep it the way that it is. Plus it's a little less gross, so. You just got in just in time for the cute spider bunny. Well, I'm so glad you got to see it. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to save up points, the Hugger plushie redeem is one of them. And I've also got a couple of others where I share things from my oddities cabinet behind me. So if you guys want to see something cool or interesting, I have a lot of art collectibles in there, so yeah. I think it's getting darker, at least. You know, it was getting close. Hello, McAvoid. I'm not exactly sure what UI means. So yeah, hopefully the two look more similar now. I think they're there. Like, I think maybe I can go a little deeper there. You're pretty tired and needing to get some food, so you'll probably be lurking tonight, but wanted to say hello. Well, that's okay, Our Government. I'm really happy that you've stopped by. What food are you gonna get? Hope that it's gonna be something yummy. Hopefully that brings it out just a little bit more. You know what I've been really thinking a lot about lately regarding the Twitch emotes? Like I know we have the tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 subs, but on average, and I'm not the only streamer that's experienced this, on average, people don't subscribe to tier 2 or 3. They much rather gift a subscription to someone else, which makes sense and it's lovely, you know. They like to have everybody subbed and share some subs, so Yeah, I think that's beautiful, and I really appreciate that people do that. But then on the other hand, what's the point of having tier 2 and tier 3 emotes? So what I've been thinking is, wouldn't it make more sense to reward people who've been subbing for maybe 2 to 3 months consecutively? Like, rather than make it you get an emote if you have a tier 2 or tier 3 sub, give those emotes to people who've stayed a sub for a long time. Because then that sort of becomes like a loyalty kind of thing, which I think is kind of special. I don't know, I would prefer it that way. You're not sure yet, but you were just figuring that out, thinking maybe a veggie burger. Well, that sounds delicious. Yeah, you wish you could just like turn off the higher tiers and get the extra emote slots. Exactly, yeah. And like it's annoying because then you set an emote, as a tier 2 or tier 3, but nobody's gonna use them. So you kind of don't want to make them good ones. But then on the other hand, if people do sub to a tier 2 or tier 3, you don't want to just have them like have trashy emotes, you know what I mean? You think bit reward emotes can be really useful too. Exactly. Oh, bit rewards do have emotes. Then it's at least like a one-time payment. Yeah. But there should be unlockable loyalty emotes. I agree, Rin. I agree. Like, I would like to be going like, oh, I subbed to this person for 6 months. Now I get to have this emote on their channel, and only people who've been subbed for 6 months get to have that emote. So it becomes kind of like you can show your support to your favorite streamers kind of thing. And then if people only want that emote, maybe they can unlock it with bits or something, things like that. I just feel like the tier 3 or tier 2 things don't get used a whole lot, and more often it's special when people just gift subs to each other and all that. Why can't that be rewarded? Like top gifter, give the top gifters those tier 3 emotes, for example. That makes a lot of sense, but as streamers, you don't get to have that choice. You don't get to be like, oh, I want to give this to my top gifters, or I want to give this to my top cheerers, or whatever. So it's a little bit sad, I think. Hopefully Twitch will get some feedback. Maybe I'm not the only one that feels that way. A few streamers that get use out of the higher tier subs, but it's definitely not very common. Okay. Personally, you use the sub for 6 months in advance feature for your favorite streams. Okay. You also really wish Twitch would give you the option to allow your mods to use emotes without subbing. Yeah, that would be nice. That would definitely be nice. But then again, like, in general, mods are quite often the ones who do sub, or at least they're the top donators in general anyway, so and like people gift subs to my mods anyway, so the ones that don't sub get gifted subs so they can use them anyway, which is really nice. Okay, so I still need to add the vines, because I've got a lot of vines on the other one, but I don't have any vines on this side, so Gotta move things out of the way so I've got some more room. Okay. So my lines are definitely crossing over from the 2 pages. And I do have a couple of issues I need to fix up. When you designed your first emotes, you thought exactly the same, Necker. The tier 2 and tier 3 seems a waste, but you have to upgrade them at the same time to not shortchange the subber. Exactly, and you know, I don't want to, if anyone's going to sub to tier 2 or 3, you know, it's a huge support, and I want to reward those people appropriately. So you don't want to just have an emote on there that nobody's ever gonna enjoy, because what's the point of subbing to tier 2 or 3 then? But at the same time, you don't want to use good emotes that everybody can just look at and never enjoy, because that's sad too. So yeah, it's just, I guess I wish Twitch would change the way that they yeah, treat that, and rather like maybe reward tier 2 and tier 3 subbers, but at the same time also reward people who have subbed for a long time as a loyalty thing. Yeah, it's not always a huge issue, just would be nice if a mod couldn't sub for a bit, they wouldn't have to worry about losing emotes. Exactly, yeah. So you know what your title says, Storybook Sketch, but does that mean that I will be using these drawings for a book? Or that I'm doing a series of drawings based on storybooks? I am making this into an actual book, our government. I'm going to scan them once I'm done, and then I will either colour them in Procreate or I'm going to colour them in watercolour. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet. I really want to do them in watercolour, but I do feel like that's going to be very time consuming. Essentially, I'm going to have to redraw a lot of the line work that I've already done, which seems like a real waste. So I don't know. I feel like just doing them in Procreate is probably the way to go. So I might do that. Or even using like 100k channel points to unlock a higher tier emote. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that could be awesome, because then you're rewarding people not just for spending money, but also just for being there, which is half of what, you know, support on streams are about, being there, being part of the community. And yeah, I would love to be able to reward people for just, you know, chatting and taking part and everything. So that would be lovely. Emotes for people who, yeah. I feel like I'm gonna have a ton of trouble with this. I kind of think, you know what, I'm gonna tape it down. If I tape it down, I won't have as much trouble constantly fidgeting with where it needs to be. I'm not gonna lay down a lot. When we tape down some, because I need them aligned. And I need them split because my scanner can't scan a piece of paper larger than these, which is why I've printed them the way that I have. So yeah, I'm just gonna tape them to the table and to each other. And then I won't have as much drama. You hope Twitch is here taking notes. Oh my goodness. Do you think they listen to community feedback? I mean, Facebook doesn't. Facebook and Instagram are just like, yeah, we don't care. We're just doing whatever we want. Like, they literally asked everyone to give feedback on what we thought about the chronological versus the new feed, algorithm-based feed. And the majority of people voted that they didn't like it. And it still went through. Why? Why do you ask your community to give feedback if you're not going to listen to them anyways? It doesn't make any sense. Large amounts of channel points is a good idea. Yeah, exactly. 100k channel points is a lot of view time. Yeah, exactly. And that should be rewarded. That should be, but that's why I want to start thinking into, like, maybe a sketch redeem or something. Like, if you have that many channel points, you can get, you know, a sketch or something from the artist, or a print, or whatever. You know, as like a thank you. You'll send a strongly worded email and gif of you shaking your fist to your friends that work at Twitch support. Oh, you've got friends at Twitch support? That would be nice. Facebook on the browser literally looks like a mobile app. I know. Yeah. I don't, like, to be honest, I haven't used Facebook in the web browser for a very long time. And I just don't use Facebook in general because it's pretty terrible. And I don't like the way they operate, so, you know. The only social media you really use is Discord. You use Twitter and Instagram to look at art. You know what, Rin? I used to use Instagram to look at art all the time. And lately, not only do I get ads in between, not only do I get the algorithm feed, I get literally half the posts are suggested posts that say, because you liked this post by this person, we are showing you this thing. And I don't get to see people I follow, so what's the point? You know, you're just going to show me other people's stuff anyways. Maybe if I don't follow this person, you actually show it to me as a suggested post instead, because I'm not going to see it. So I don't know. It's really been annoying me, especially of late. And the amount of ads and the amount of irrelevant stuff I have to see versus actually seeing my friends' posts just makes it pointless now. You hate that. I know. On Twitter you can turn off that feature, but Instagram is owned by Facebook and Google, so targeted ads won't go away. Yeah. Well, lately I've actually been on Twitter a lot more than I've been on Instagram. And I've wondered why, because I don't like Twitter. And the reason I don't like Twitter is simply because people don't seem to comment a lot. They don't seem to be very interactive on it. So if you're an artist, you don't get a lot of that, which is what I did like about Instagram. But if people aren't going to see your posts on Instagram anyways, how are they going to interact with them, you know? So, and the other nice feature I found about Twitter is you can make lists. So I can make a list of all the art accounts that I follow. I can make a list of all the pet accounts I follow, all my friends' accounts, all the streamers I follow. So if I want to go and spend a day looking at tweets from streamers only, I can do that. Or I can look at only pet accounts or art accounts. And that's really useful because on Instagram, it's all muddled together. I have to have separate Instagram accounts for every category I follow if I want to separate them. And that just isn't very, like, it goes against what they want. Like, they don't want you to have multiple different accounts. It doesn't, it ends up being confusing for their end, so I don't know why they don't change that. But then also, it's not very practical. Like, now I have to have a pet account, an art account, and a personal account, and still I don't see my friend's stuff, you know? It makes it so awful and unhealthy to actually use it the way they want you to, so they will actually show your stuff because they want you to be posting all types of posts constantly. Exactly. And they claim that the algorithm is meant to help our mental health. It is not. It is only there to earn them money. And their little claim to mental health is simply them imploring the fact that, oh, we're limiting the amount of posts that you can see every day because that way you don't spend as much time on social media, which is bad for you, and we care about you, so we're gonna limit that. But instead, half of what you see now will be ads and will be irrelevant for you anyway, so yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, literally, Twitch is one of the few social media platforms that I still feel is genuine and provides value. So, well, YouTube as well. Like, I still feel like YouTube's probably good. I don't know. I don't use YouTube a whole lot, so. You didn't realize that's what Twitter lists were. You're gonna have to try that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't, like, you don't even have to actually follow someone to add them to a list, our government. And, like, as long as you make the list private and you label it, you can make it a category. I think you can also make it a public list and then invite certain people to join that list, and then other people can follow the list. But the way that I use it is simply create a list and make it private, and I add only the accounts that I want to see on that category. So you don't even need to follow people. You can just add them to the list and you still see their posts every day. So that's really, really awesome. I love it. So I think we need to have some more. I want to make the other side come out from like there. So you guys probably aren't going to see a whole lot if I do that now, so I might just need to finish this bit first. Instagram algorithm is the worst. It makes it so awful and unhealthy to actually use in the way they want you to. Oh yeah, sorry, I already read that. Thought that was a new one. The one thing that, like, maybe for businesses and those influencer girls, maybe for them, being on Instagram daily like that and posting daily like that can work. But as an art account, like, if you're making a piece of art and like if you let's say you have to post daily because you need to keep up with Instagram's algorithm as an artist. So every day you have to make a piece of art. Not only do you have to make a piece of art, it has to be quality art, both for Instagram, otherwise it's not going to have good engagement. You know, if people see the same stuff over and over again, they're not gonna keep liking it. But also for you, yourself as an artist, to progress in your journey as an artist, to improve at your craft. You know, if you're just gonna draw a picture of a portrait with a girl's head every day, you're not gonna get better. And maybe that'll keep Instagram happy, but you will never grow as an artist. So it's detrimental as an artist to try and do that. But there are people who do. So let's say you have to now do an amazing piece of art every day. So you make this piece of art. There is so much pressure to like actually have that piece of art be a success every day. So because if it's not a success and you post it, it won't get good engagement. So if you try something experimental that day and it doesn't pan out, you have nothing to post and Instagram punishes you for that. So I was starting to find last year and the year before especially that I wasn't experimenting as much anymore because I have to post, because if I don't post, my art doesn't get out there, it doesn't get seen. I don't grow an art community, which means I don't get purchases to my store. I can't keep surviving as an artist, you know? And that meant that I was no longer able to grow as an artist. It was crazy. And last year, I started streaming on Twitch because, you know, I was fed up with Instagram. I was like, you know, people are not stupid. People do not want to see the same dumb thing posted every day like the algorithm is asking us. They don't like that. So, and not only that, but I don't want to be an artist like that. I don't want to be someone who just replicates the same thing daily. So I started streaming, and ever since then, you know, I can work on a piece and experiment here on Twitch with you guys. And we all see the failures, we all see the success, and we all see the failures. But if a piece fails that day, yes, I may not have anything to post on Instagram, but you guys were all part of the process, learning with me and seeing the journey. So we were still able to participate in the art journey together. There's still, my art journey doesn't die because it was a failure. And that is how Instagram pressures you. It sets you up to essentially have to succeed. Like, there is no room to grow because as an artist, you will make mistakes. You are never going to grow if you cannot trial new things and if you cannot make mistakes. And with the daily pressure, you cannot make time-consuming artworks like I do if you can't do that, you know? So I don't know. I'm just like, obviously Instagram is the only place where you can share art and all of that. DeviantArt is kind of too bloated now with anime art and all kinds of things, but I just feel like maybe Instagram is not the right place for an artist to be. So I kind of now treat it more as my portfolio. You know, I post updates on there all the time. I'm still very active on Instagram. I share daily stories on there, you know, a little bit behind the scenes things. So yeah, I mean, I'm still very happy to be on Instagram, but it's not my primary platform because I've just realized that that is not the best place to share my art. Whereas Twitch has been a lot more beneficial for it. So. Agree with everything I'm saying. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of artists relate to that. I've talked with quite a few of my friends on Instagram and they all feel that pressure. It's crazy. Insta is a catch-22. It's all about the numbers and numbers never end. Yeah, exactly. And like, not only that, but if your post doesn't reach over, I think 100 likes in the first hour, it drops. And it drops even further and further and further, depending on how well it does after that. So that first hour is crucial. Yeah, I don't know. Twitch has been great for experimenting and stuff you wouldn't try otherwise. Exactly, yeah. And I mean, now that you're experimenting on Twitch, you know, it's not like if something failed that day that you didn't get any exposure, you didn't get any advertising. Like, your community is appreciating that learning process alongside you, and it's not a waste. It's incredibly helpful. I think I'm gonna try and peel this off and maybe stick the 2 pages just to each other, like so. And then I can move it around a little bit. There we go. Shakes fist at Zuckerberg. Yeah, I think our government, get in line, because that is a long line. There's a lot of people who are incredibly frustrated at Zuckerberg. I actually wish Instagram never sold themselves. I think it would have been an incredible platform. Yeah, if it just stayed the way that it was, you know? I don't think Facebook has added any value to Instagram. Maybe the stories were nice, but it would have been fine if we just had the posts and none of this crap. So I would much rather just ditch stories and go back to what we had. That was a lot better, you know. Be cheeky, use Photoshop and change color saturation just to stay in the algorithm. You're sure no one would catch on. I don't think anyone would, Savage Man, but like, I like to keep my pieces as possibly to the original as I can. And yeah, I don't know. There's points where like obviously my work doesn't always look the best with saturation, so it's a bit of a... What represents your work the best? And there's a lot of debate whether like saturated pictures get more, you know, get liked more or who knows what. I think it just depends on the community, you know, what community follows you and everything, so... I still need to add the rips to Humpty over here. Haven't done that yet, so... You've been getting way more commissions from Twitch than Instagram. I am not surprised. Yeah, I am not surprised. I actually don't think I've ever gotten a commission straight from Instagram. I think all my commissions have come from people I know, people I made relationships with in real life, or, you know, on streams, or somewhere online. So I don't know. Maybe people don't commission artists because they don't trust them. But then a lot of those people, I feel like, you barely know me, but you're trusting me to do this. And a lot of people on Instagram would trust me way more. So yeah, I don't know. Doesn't make the whole most sense, you know? I don't know. Not sure. Zuckerberg is in the spotlight now everywhere, in a good way or in a bad way. You're so curious what Instagram would look like now if it wasn't sold to Facebook. Same, our government. I would love to see that. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm sure it would be in a good place. You know, you can completely change the colors with the tool, so it looks like a complete recoloring. Oh, really? That's interesting. Instagram just seems so much more impersonal. I agree, yeah. Like, I'm able to form such strong connections with people here on Twitch that just makes me want to order their prints. And sure, I still want to order people's prints on Instagram, for sure, because I've known them for years and I love their work. But it's crazy to me how quickly it can happen on Twitch. Like, how quickly I feel like, wow, I love this artist, they're so nice, I want to support their work, and I want to buy their work and see it on my walls. Because, let's face it, a large part of why people do buy prints is because they like the artist as a person. Like, they like not only the work, but they like the way that the artist thinks. You know, art is obviously, in some ways, a glimpse into that artist's world. So it makes sense why people buy art, because they like the artist. So I think I can understand why it happens more easily on Twitch, because you get to know the person so much better, so much more quickly. But yeah, it's still, like, obviously quite crazy. Maybe people are more trustful in Twitch for commissions since they actually see people doing the art and know it's them and what they can do. There's just so much art theft on Insta and the internet in general. Yeah, I guess that does make a lot of sense, and that's actually a good part of it, you know. People being mindful of art theft and being like, yeah, I want to make sure this support goes to the artist. That's so true. Like, I've actually done recently a lot of call outs on Instagram regarding people's work who've been stolen, like raising awareness for it where I can, because the more people know, and in general, the art community is a very close-knit community, so if you copy or if you steal within the art circle, it's gonna get noticed, and you can ruin your career as an artist if you do that. I've seen it happen. Seen it happen from someone who tried to copy Loish's work a couple of years ago on Twitch. Oh, sorry, on DeviantArt. I saw it happen, and yeah, it just, that artist never gets seen the same way again. They always get seen as the shadow of the other artist. And not only that, sometimes worse. Sometimes they get seen as, you know, the person taking away that, like, stealing. And, like, I'm glad the community treats it that way. I'm glad that they're so harsh on those people for doing those things, because that's so mean in so many ways. But yeah, it just means as a newbie artist, you need to be very careful what you do. If you're not sure and you think you're possibly stealing from someone, credit. Just credit. Because by crediting, not only are you showing that you're part of the art community because you're aware of what people are doing, you're aware of the famous artists in that circle. So in a way, you're associating yourself with them, which is showing other people, oh, she also knows this person that I follow and admire. Hence, I may have the same interests, you know, so it can't hurt you. It can only help you. And a lot of newbie artists feel like, oh, but I have to be original or I won't be noticed. But people like a different spin on something. You know, there's a reason parodies are a thing. And you can get looked on a lot better if you credit than if you don't. So, yeah, when in doubt, always credit. Plus, it's easier to justify prices when people see the work being done versus just seeing the finished Instagram post. That is so true, yeah. Like, imagine seeing an artist posting daily and you're like, oh, but they smash this out every day. That must be so easy. But maybe that artist spent like more than 9 to 5. Maybe they spend 9 to 5 and then that evening and that morning just to get that piece done. And, you know, people don't realize the behind the scenes that goes into it. That's very true, yeah. People underestimate how much work art is when they only see a finished project. Yeah, and I like that about Twitch. I like that people can see, you know, oh wow, this artist has been working on this for, you know, 5 days straight. And imagine how you would feel if someone worked on something for 5 days straight and you paid them for an hour. You would feel pretty trash. So I think that's an amazing part of Twitch, that it raises awareness for, yeah, how much time goes into art and all of that. That's amazing. So tomorrow, I'm probably going to, I don't know if I'm going to continue on this one tomorrow. We'll see. Had a bit of a feeling that tomorrow I may want to be doing a watercolor piece. You're sure there's still people that get away with it for a long time. It's hard to reverse search an image. You're not sure why so many people seem to think they'll just get away with it. Yeah, I mean, now with Google image search, it's become a lot easier to track down stolen art. There have been a couple of different, hello Masnoob, how are you doing? There's been a couple of different stores popping up on Facebook Marketplace and, Facebook pages and just online stores in general. They create a website and you don't know where it's located or anything, and they start selling art by famous people, but you won't get that piece because they don't have it. They can't sell it, you know? Not only that, but they don't have the high-res image of that piece, and if they do, the only way they'd have it is if they scanned it from someone else's print, which has already gotten lost in quality. So yeah, like, you're gonna get a very shot quality piece or print if you do it that way. So but then a lot of people don't know that. They order it and then they get it and they're so disappointed, and they blame the artist. They look down on the artist for having bad quality products and selling bad quality products when the artist has no connection to it. So yeah, it's why it's so important for the artist to try and get it removed, because there will be those few people who don't know and are gonna think it's them, and you don't want that. You don't want that at all. Plus the years of practice you've put in. Exactly. Like, when I was studying at uni, my teacher was like, if ever someone asks you, why you just spent half an hour on this and you charged this much, but it only cost, you only spent half an hour on it. My teacher was like, yeah, but that artist had to spend years and years and years of practice to be able to do that in half an hour. So, you know, they've spent a ton of practice on that, and they need to still keep that up. They need to practice outside of their work in order to keep up that talent. So somehow they need to be compensated for that. And that is why they need to charge the way they do, you know? I feel like in general, artists are no good at selling themselves. Like, they suck. It's because artists just want to help and they want people to have things. So they're never going to be great at commissioning and like selling their work, pricing their work. Like, imagine if car salesmen were artists. Can you imagine how expensive prints would be? And just any art in general. It would be insane. It would be just ridiculous, so yeah. House salesman. That is a very good way to put it. Yeah, it is, right? It is. Just popping by to say, wow, that drawing looks awesome. Aw, thanks. However, I'd say your name, S7. I'm just gonna call you S7. Thank you so much for the compliment. I'm really glad you stopped by. And I'm really glad you liked little Humpty. He's been a lot of work. We've had week-long streams on him, so yeah. But I'm happy. He's gonna be part of a book soon. So, oh, it's statics. No worry, that's a lot easier to say. Whereabouts are you from? Random fact, copyright laws got started because an artist's series of paintings was getting reproduced and sold without his permission, So he went out of his way to get legislation passed. That's great. I mean, can you imagine a world where we don't have copyright? No one would be making things. Brazil, so it's 4 AM for you. Oh my goodness. Why are you still awake? What are you doing? Well, I'm honored that you're visiting my stream this late. Do you have any good midnight snacks? Cause that's necessary for a healthy diet, let me tell you. If you don't have good midnight snacks, you're not living right. That's me. So I can go pretty thick on this one. Oh, Sasaki Woodworks, thank you so much for the sub. Let me see if I can just switch off that annoying second alert. Thank you so much, Sasaki. I really, really appreciate it. I've been so sad that I never get to catch your streams. Because your work is so amazing. Guys, if you can give a follow to Sasaki Woodworks, let me quickly do a shout out. There we go. Give Sasaki Woodworks a follow. They have such amazing, unique work. You will not be disappointed, I can assure you. So yeah, when I reset my computer, that second alert was still popping up, so that's probably why we saw it. Again, after I removed it. Appreciate it, you're welcome. You're getting some sketching done, don't really have snacks, but you made yourself a tuna sandwich earlier. Now that Statics is a good midnight snack. That's how you do it. You need a midnight feast, not just midnight snack. You need to do it properly. Go all out. All the way. I would love a tuna sandwich right now too. So I'm gonna be adding some vines, same as we had on the other page, which is what I'm doing at the moment. I just want to map out where I want them to go. I'm running out of room with this thing being so large. So I've taped it together now. Now it's like really big. been deciding on what color schemes to make this, and I already started going for some pastel blues and kind of muted reds, like very, not maroon, but like muted reds with like subdued saturation. So yeah, I don't want it to be too vibrant, but I want it to have color. So I'm really excited to see the whole thing colored in and, you know, in a storybook. So well, that's not going to happen till the end of the year, so I have to hold my patience and not expect too much too soon. Because I don't want to rush it. I definitely want to take my time on this one and make it exceptional. Put a lot of detail in every piece, every work. Give it my all. So you should actually be going into lurk mode. Hope I have a wonderful rest of my stream. No worries, our government. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your lurk, and thank you for being here and for sharing your hatred with Facebook, off Facebook with me. I really appreciate that. Would love to hang out a bit more, but if you do, you'll most likely end up falling asleep on your chair. Have an amazing stream, Necker, and much love. Can't wait to see how this is gonna turn out. Thank you so much, Statix. Thank you for stopping by and being here. Really appreciate that. I hope you have a good sleep. Really do. That'll be one amazing storybook. I hope so. I'm excited for it. You're still here, just in lurk mode. No worries, Rin. What are you doing in the background? You'll be lurking a tad, but you love the progress so damn much. No worries, it's not. I'm so glad you like it. I am glad that you think it's making good progress, because that is the idea. I really like adding detail in my work, so yeah, it's been like lately I've been thinking, you know, I can smash out so many children's books if I don't make them as detailed. I can charge a lot less and everything for the hours I spend on them, but I don't want to create work that is so simple. I don't want to be known as an artist that's just quick and fast and doesn't spend time on something, you know? So why try to get work why not try to rather create art that people will want instead of trying to chase what best suits the market, you know? Brainstorming emo and sub badge ideas. Oh, Don't want to be a Bob Ross. Famous, but art is super simple and boring. Yeah. I do like Bob Ross, but I don't think I want to be known that way, unfortunately. Bob Ross is a nice guy, and he's an amazing art teacher, unlike me. I'm not great at teaching people things, but I definitely don't want to be like him in his art sense. So yeah. But yeah, it's kind of frustrating because like obviously I haven't finished enough work for my portfolio, but like it seems like a lot of the work that gets accepted into illustration agencies is very much vector-based illustrations that are very quick to do and suit the latest trend. And that saddens me. It's like we don't have a lot of variety of illustrators. We have illustrators who can quickly punch out graphics and are cost effective. And why? You know? That means we're killing the children's book industry and ridding them of good work, but I guess people don't have a lot of money, you know? These days people don't spend on things like that anymore, so maybe it is time for artists to change what they do, but why? I don't know. I don't want to be part of that movement, so. Until you know that Bob Ross had anger management issues and he was a drill sergeant. What? For real, that's great. Probably why he says happy trees. Now you're thinking about Bob Ross yelling at you to do stuff. Like an artist boot camp, right? Imagine that. What is a telekinetic drawing? What are you meaning, the redeem? Let me see if do I still have the redeem up? If you're talking about the telekinetic drawing, I'm pretty sure it's like, I have to do, you request so it says, I will channel my telekinetic powers and draw your requested word blindfolded for 11 minutes. And it's based on Stranger Things, so based on how 11 gets blindfolded and everything, so I'm not allowed to look, and for 11 minutes, I have to draw your requested word. So you guys can so I can't read chat, but yeah, I do that for however long. You heard that was the case? What was the case? Oh, that he was a drill sergeant. Your channel points just pinged you and asked if you wanted to do a telekinetic drawing. Oh, how does it ping you? He did have issues, but he worked through them, so good on him. That sounds good. You'd imagine he worked through them if he was doing such peaceful art streams. Maybe art was his therapy, you know? Kind of makes sense. You redeemed a plushie hug. Was that the one from earlier, Dr. Koenig? It It was like, you have 10k points. Do you want to use the redeem? Oh, okay. That sounds really fun, but you think you're gonna save your points for the 30k sketch. Sounds good. Up to you. Up to you how you want to use your points. That's totally fine. Let me have a look what the 30k sketch was again. Oh yeah, so the 30k is I'll do a quick 5-minute sketch with a keyword of your choosing. Please enter the keyword. So I spend 5 minutes sketching something for you. Unless I'm in the mood for the blindfold challenge. I'm never in the mood for the blindfold challenge, so... Probably not. I still gotta get back to you on what you sent me about the emotes as well, so... I was just so sick last week, I'm so sorry. I was thinking about you every day and being like, I need to get back to Rin. I promised her and I haven't gotten back to her, but I was really out of it, so... Decided I'll look into it this week for you. We have a redeem to summon the giant spider. Oh, that's alright, you're not in a hurry about the thing we talked about. No worries, that's totally fine then. Thank you so much for being patient, Rin. Okay, let us have a look and let us summon the giant spider. Hopefully that will actually load up, because if it doesn't... I think I'm gonna have some issues today with our giant spider. So give me 1 second, guys. I'll see if I can get him to come up. Because I've switched up a lot of my overlays, so things are not quite happening the way that they used to. Okay, so I'll switch on giant spider. For some reason he is not coming up, so oh, there we go. That could help. That could actually, there we go. There's our giant spider. I'll let him come on again. I'll turn him off and I'll switch him on again so you guys can have a good look. Zach hates giant spider, actually. You love him? Yeah, some people around here don't like him a whole lot, so we don't always have tons of spider fans, but some of you guys really appreciate Charlotte's Web and have taken more kindly to our spider friends. That's so cool. Oh, thanks. Well, I'm glad you like him. Glad you like him. Every time someone subs, it should come out and eat the subscriber. Oh my goodness. Am I using Trigger Fire to do the channel redeems? No, so usually what I've got is I've got my phone logged into the Stream Deck app, so I don't have a Stream Deck, but I've got it logged into Stream Deck. So what I do is I just click the button and it loads up and it disappears after a certain amount of time. But because I was switching around some of my overlays, I had to do it manually through Streamlabs today to work, so normally it's a lot easier for me. So what exactly is Trigger Fire? I'm guessing it's similar to Streamlabs. So I need to add a couple of leaves here and there as well. Probably a good idea to start adding those said leaves in. Okay, Trigger Fire is an app that lets the channel points redeem channel points redeem trigger an actual animation or sound versus you manually having to do it. I need to look into that, Sasaki. That sounds super cool. Let me write that down. I love that idea. Yeah, that sounds super cool. Because that would be handy, right? It'd be really handy. Yeah, anything to take down, you know, your focus, to take less focus away from making art and chatting with you guys is a bonus, so I'll take it. Hopefully, I've done similar enough job on these vines as I did to the other page. I want to make sure that they're fairly similar, you know? So what kind of redeems have you got set up, Sasaki? I'm guessing if you use Trigger Fire that you've got a couple of good ones, I hope. Yeah, I spent a lot of time thinking about what redeems would you guys be interested in. Like a couple of artists I know don't have many, or you know, just the default ones, so I wanted to have some that are just different. So I was like, well, what things would you guys be interested in? You don't use it, but your good friend does. Well, I'm sure after a while, after my stream, after experimenting with that, I'm gonna thank your good friend because, yeah, that seems like a really helpful app to use. You're still kind of learning these advanced OBS effects. I know, a stream setup is so hard to manage, it's ridiculous. But you'd like to do it sometime in the future. Well, I think that sounds absolutely wonderful to try and look into. Do you have some ideas, like, of what you could set up for stream rewards? Like, that people would like for your stream specifically? I have more leaves now. That's good. Don't look as bland and boring anymore. That's really good. Hello, Summary Clothes. How are you doing? Probably some funny audio or video clips from fails happening on streams. That is a good one. That is a good one. Yeah. You're passing out, always a pleasure to hang out. Oh, Dr. Chronic, you've stuck around for so late. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm sure I'll see you around on Charles' stream at some point this week, as usual. But again, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. We're probably about to wrap up the stream anyways, because it is fairly late. It's like 6:12 p.m. here. So, and I think, yeah, it's just going to be too time consuming for me to continue, because I still got all the grass. Need to add some more finesse to just wrap this one up and give the same level of detail as the right hand side. So yeah, not going to rush that. Probably another stream left to go, yeah, to get this one on the same level. But yeah, I'm glad I taped them. That's been helpful. So yeah, little Humpty slowly getting there. Really happy with them. Let's see who I can go raid, who is currently streaming. Oh, we can go give Chloe a raid. That would be lovely. Yeah, that would be super awesome. How would you guys feel about raiding Chloe today? She is... You just got here. I'm so sorry, Summary Clothes. There's another stream tomorrow. I promise. Another stream tomorrow. So, if you're here same time tomorrow, I may have some more energy to keep going tomorrow than I do today. Because I'm just slowly easing back into things. Trying to get there. But yeah, tomorrow there will be another. I will hang out with you guys on Chloe's stream for sure. So probably gonna go clean the kitchen and chill on the stream at the same time. That would be fun. Yeah, okay, let's go do Chloe then. Thanks guys. And Dad Guy, lots and lots of thanks for modding today. You are a legend all the time, every time, since forever. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. One of these days you have to do a stream so we can raid you right after. That would be awesome. And thank you for the sub, Sasaki Woodworks. I don't think he's... Oh, Sasaki is still here. Thank you for the sub again. And yeah, to everybody who's been here today, if those of you who have subbed, again, thanks Rin for your sub, really appreciate that. And to everyone who's not here anymore, thank you to all of you. Let us go give Chloe a raid, because her work is always amazing. If you actually type her name, that would help. There we go. Awesome, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. See you guys, bye!